Hi and welcome to my channel. So a carer who is working in the UK has been sacked, not only sacked, but he's also been banned from healthcare as a sector, as an industry. So this carer is no longer allowed to take up any healthcare profession in the UK. So in this video, I'm going to be telling you the circumstances that have led to this. I'm going to be saying how you can avoid these situations from yourself, whether you're a carer, you're a healthcare professional, you're doing any other job, but just the legal, ethical, and moral implications of our actions as human beings on the choices that we make and the profession especially that we've chosen. So what does this mean if you're out of the UK? What does this mean if you're already in the UK? And how should you behave yourself, how should you conduct yourself, and how should you carry yourself in this profession? And look, let me tell you something. The implications of an action like this don't only remain with you. They extend far and wide on those people that trust you to care for them, your clients, your patients. It also extends to their relatives, it extends to your manager, it extends to the company that you are representing because of obviously their reputation, and it also extends, most importantly, to your own family as well. So it's very important that if you're doing anything, you're thinking about the legal, moral, and ethical implications that it's going to have on all these different people. So obviously, if you're new to my channel, you're welcome. It's such a privilege to have you on here. If you're a returning subscriber, you know that I appreciate the time you take to watch these videos. And I do hope that you're implementing everything, because look, I'm all about implementation. This year is not the year to sit and be like, oh, I don't know about this, I don't know about this. No, it's about implementation. If there's anything that you've wanted to do and you've not done it, look, this is the time. And I'm here to support you with that journey. I'm here to help you with that. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, look, you do want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button, because you 100% want to be the first person to be notified every single day when I drop a new video on here. Because yes, I do drop a video on here every day. And look, if you're in healthcare, you're looking for visa sponsorship jobs, this is the perfect place for you. And just before I get started, so my name is Melvis. I currently work as an advanced nurse practitioner in England. So, I studied in this beautiful country as, an international student nurse. So I read my nursing, here. And so I've been able to progress in my career, and career progression is what I'm really passionate about. If you're somebody who is a returning subscriber, you know exactly what I mean. I have a private coaching program where I support nurses, carers, student nurses, prospective student nurses with career progression in the UK. So if you're a carer and you're thinking, oh my God, what else can I do as a carer? Look, there's more to me than this. I need to do more. What are you going to be looking at? I can support you with that journey. If you're already a qualified nurse and you're thinking, what else can I do? How can I become a nurse, anesthetist, nurse, endoscopist, advanced nurse practitioner, nurse manager, specialist nurse, whatever you want, clinical, non-clinical healthcare jobs. Again, I can support you with that. If you're looking for the best universities to study in the UK, healthcare, nursing, again, I'm your girl. Because look, this particular industry has the best opportunities in the UK. I can tell you, yes, it doesn't mean that if you're in another sector, you will not get a job, but it just means that if you're in healthcare, you're 100% sure that you're going to get a job. And look, if you're like me and you're somebody who is keen on career progression, then obviously you're 100% sure that you're going to be at the top of your game, because look, there's the support there, there's all the resources to ensure that you are on Slick, and that's what I'm here for. So if you check the about section of this channel, you're going to see a link to my private coaching program, and do 100% join. But most importantly, if you check the comment section of this video, you're going to see, a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, then I'm going to send you all the latest information about career progression in the UK, side hustle opportunities, work from home opportunities, visa sponsorship opportunities, to make sure that you never rely on the YouTube algorithm and miss out on information that is vital for your success, for your progress, and for you to be able to thrive in this beautiful country, the UK. So obviously, you're welcome, and let's get started. So like I was saying, this carer has not only been sacked from his job, but he's also been banned from the industry and banned from the sector as a whole. So I want you to leave a comment in the comment section and say, do you agree with this decision that has been made? What are your thoughts? So as you're listening to this case, I want you to put yourself in the position of like a judge and give your own comments. What do you think about the case? What would you have done? What do you think, do you think what the carer did obviously was right or wrong? But what would your judgment have been? And look, I'm going to tell you that the impact that this particular thing has had on this carer is massive because the carer's visa sponsorship has also been revoked, which means that he had UK visa sponsorship, which has now been withdrawn. Yes, it's been withdrawn. And this particular carer has 3 kids and a wife in the UK, which also means that not only has he lost his job, but he's also lost the visa sponsorship, and consequently, his family have also lost, their own visas. Because look, let me tell you, if you have a dependent in the UK or you're on a dependent visa, if anything happens to the main applicant, the visas are gone for the entire family. Every other person that is a dependent visa is gone as well, which means that the day that the main applicant's visa expires, all the other people's visas are going to expire as well. If the main applicant loses his job and he's got no job, all the dependents are also going to have their, so you need to think about the implications of your actions, not only if you have a family, but even if you are a single person, because you want to uphold, that reputation. So what did this carer do? So basically, this carer, obviously got the job, as a carer in a nursing home. But instead, for him to go do the job, guess what he did? He sent his friend to go represent him. He sent his friend to go and do the work on his behalf. So what do you think about this? Leave your comments in the comment section below. And look, I feel that, it is ridiculous because I don't know how he thought that they were not going to find out. Because as soon as a friend got to the home, obviously they were like, who is this? And he was like, oh, well, I'm here to work, And obviously he was the wrong person. And the nursing home knew straight away. So obviously, rightfully so, the nursing home decided to report the case instantly to the authorities. Obviously, they sent the other carer, away, reported the original carer that was supposed to be doing the work, he was reported to the authorities. And obviously now this has been the outcome, that he's not only been sacked from his job, but he's been banned from the, healthcare industry and the health sector as a whole in the UK. And his visa sponsorship has also been withdrawn, as well as, for his dependents as well. So when you're thinking about your actions, when you're thinking about what you're doing, when you're planning, look, you need to get professional advice. If you're not sure, you need to ask, because this country, the rules are very strict, rightfully so. And this particular sector as well, if you're not somebody who has the will to work in healthcare, please avoid healthcare jobs. Leave them for some of us who are interested in healthcare, who enjoy healthcare, and who thrive in this sector. Because I see why some people say that healthcare is more of a passion rather than just having a job. If you don't have the passion for healthcare, there are many other things that you can do in the UK. There are many other healthcare related jobs that are non-clinical jobs that you can do. Because look, I understand that not everybody is keen on clinical healthcare jobs, and I've done lots of videos on this, and the truth is even that many of these non-clinical jobs actually pay a lot more than even being a qualified nurse. And you don't have direct patient care, but you're still working in a healthcare facilities, and you can still get visa sponsorship. I do understand that some people are only going for these carer jobs because they feel that is the only option. Please, it is not the only option. There are lots of people who are keen on these jobs who don't have the opportunity to get these jobs, and you have people like these who are getting the jobs and are not even interested in the sector, and then they end up ruining the experience for everyone else. What do you think about this case? Leave your comments in the in the comment section below. And I think that this carer showed signs of lack of insight on the industry, because there are so many checks that are done before somebody works in healthcare. If you're going to a nursing home, you've got vulnerable adults, you've got people there that trust you. And it is right that you have somebody who is vetted properly to be able to work in their home. That's why there are DBS checks that are done to make sure that those people don't have, all of us that work in healthcare, we don't have any criminal records that can stop us from working in healthcare or from working with vulnerable people. Again, if you're sending somebody to work on your behalf, how do you know the circumstances of that person? So again, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now, because look, I'm here to give you advice on how to carry yourself in a way that is ethical, in a way that is legal, and in a way that is professional, so that you can succeed in your career, you can thrive, you can excel, you can know what is expected of you. There are lots of policies, that you need to know, processes, procedures. Most of them in healthcare, nobody's going to lay them out in front of you when you start work and say, oh, Melvis, this is what we expect from you. This is not what we expect, but it is assumed responsibility. So everybody's going to assume that you are going to find out those policies yourself, and anything that comes with, that has to do with professional conduct, that you're going to be able to carry yourself and uphold that reputation of the profession at all times. So please don't get involved in messy affairs. You know what I mean? Do not get involved in illegal activities within this industry, because again, the implications are going to be massive. Like it has happened to this carer right now, because where is he going to start from with his kids, the wife, himself. Look at all the trouble that he's brought. All he had to do was go to work. And if you're not able to go to work, if you're off sick, if you're sick or anything has happened, you've got an emergency, please do ring in and explain the circumstances of what has happened. Otherwise, show up when you're expected to show up at work and leave when you're expected to leave. And please do not get into messy affairs, because it is not worth it, because the consequences are going to be tough. They're going to be hard, and everybody is going to find it really, really hard. So obviously, if you think that this kind of content is relevant for you and you're like, oh my goodness, I definitely need more of, these advice and these tips on how to career myself. Again, like I've said, if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. If you join that newsletter, any important updates about the UK, visa sponsorship opportunities, career progression opportunities, work from home opportunities, side hustles, then I'll send it directly to your inbox, so that you're not reliant on the YouTube algorithm, which, as we know, is like a yo-yo. It's like, oh, is it going to be relevant for Melvis? Is it not? I don't want any of that. But most importantly, if you need support with your career here in this beautiful country, then do get in touch with me. Check the about section, of this YouTube channel, and you're going to see a link to my private coaching program, Nursing Career Bootcamp, and then I can support you with that journey, with that process, to make sure that you are on sleek. Because look, career progression is key. If you don't progress, not only is the pay, so low, but the level of burnout, you're more likely to be burnt out, because you have to work all these extra hours. And look, I shared a video on here how I was able to double my pay, from 2,300, 2,500 to about £5,000 every single month. And I can tell you that, yes, you can earn more money through various ways, but career progression is the best way for you to earn money in a way that you're working fewer hours, having more time for yourself, more time for your family, more time for your kids, and more time to actually enjoy life, because you don't want to work till you drop. And that is how these things then tend to happen. People tend to make more mistakes. People tend to think about crazy ideas like this. So please, you do want to be careful in this country. You do want to make sure that you are doing things legally. You have your moral acumen on at all times. You know that it's like Big Brother. Imagine that you're always being watched. That's what I always say to people. This job is like Big Brother. Imagine that somebody's always watching you, because the least thing that you do, the consequences are going to be so, so bad. Like this carer now. So please, please do share this with your friends, loved ones, colleagues, whether they're already in the UK or still out, so that they're aware of this. Keep watching the videos. And obviously, I'm going to see you in the next video, where I'll be talking about other opportunities in the UK, how to apply for visa sponsorship jobs, who are those that are recruiting, career progression pathways, different types of visas that you can use to move to the UK, those clinical and clinical healthcare jobs, apprenticeships, where you can study for free without having to pay. And in fact, you're going to be paid in order for you to study in the UK, because like I say, I'm all about efficiency. I'm all about making the most of the best opportunities in the UK. So what I mean is working smart, not working hard, because in 2023 the last thing you want to do is to be working hard per se. You want to make sure that you're maximizing these opportunities that are available, and you're getting the best information that is individualized and personalized for you, to make sure that you thrive, you excel, and you're living your best life. So Nurse Melvis here. Keep watching the videos, and look, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye for now.